Hey yo. We're back. I was playing off stream for a little bit because I really wanted to get the blue orb situation sorted, even though it's completely pointless given the fact that I'm going to be playing Heaven and Hell, which basically means, one hit KOs from everything. So I'm going to start with Heaven and Hell instead of going just straight into Hell and Hell, because this is just a fun one. Plus, I think I can get through this pretty quickly. I might even be able to do this in a single night, which would be really cool. I'd very much be happy with that. Hey. I think that was a quote from Ryuk from Death Note. He seems like the type of person who would happily plant a demon tree just to get a nice apple.
Dante.
Let's go, V. Everything dies in one hit. It's gonna be awesome. Oh no, I'm caged in. But joke's on you.
No
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Oh, this is so satisfying. It's like the ultimate power fantasy, I'm not gonna lie.
I trust you.
Probably not.
Humans helping each other out? What's the world coming to?
Oh, before he could even touch the ground. Oh, I should probably actually do something. I know, no.
Let's get airborne. Right now. Let's get airborne.
How can't you do this, Dante? Everything dies in one hit. Unless the shield doesn't, which won't surprise me actually, it's perfectly reasonable if it don't. Oh no, it does die in one hit. Hooray! I got the secret ending! I'm so fucking skilled! Yeah, you got beaten by a guy who has no more demonic power in his body. After you cut off his arm. There you go, game's done. Moving on. Guess it's time for Hell and Hell. The Legend of Nero. Alas, the game still continues. Oh no, does it really take you back right here? So I have to actually die. I don't like that. Make me replay the level as well. All because I wanted to kill him once. Oh well, whatever. We'll get through this quickly enough.
Dante.
Beep beep.
get airborne. I can take it with no.
I guess the ultimate, sorry, the ultimate goal here would be to just kill these things as fast as I can.
Humans helping each other out. That's the world coming
And away we go. Oh no, there's one left. No, there isn't.
Hold on, Dante. Let's get airborne.
I'm sorry, that's funny. That's real good timing as well. Like, shall we? That's real good. They're just jumping down with a superhero start pose, just like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. But it's not like a one hit can't kill them and everything. Oh god, their bullets are so weak they can't even kill them in hell. This is so bad. Goddamn military. They need some better guns. They need a double-barreled revolver. Just easily the dumbest fucking thing. That's so cool. Anything else? No? Oh, what? Even the Impusa?
Something else. What a lovely house plant. Like that?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so satisfying. I love it. It's so good. Oh man. When it comes time for like fighting Urizen and the boss and everything, it's just gonna be so funny.
Hey, we doing this or what?
Especially when we do mission 8 with second form Urizen, because he gets so pissed off when you scratch his hand and just. And you're like, I am going to use my full power to crush you, Nero. It's like, eh.
Need to catch up to V. Fast. Riding high. Let's get airborne. Riding high. doing in a city like this?
What's a demon like you doing in a city like this?
Not making it easy for me, huh?
Nope. Oh, that smirk of his is pretty much correct, though. Oh god, V's gonna be weird. Actually, no, V's gonna be so easy. Even easier than this.
Trying to stop me? Oh, whatever, Shep. Yeah, I can make this work. Should have just hacked my way through.
Yeah, but the game didn't give us that option, Nero.
Demon to me. Wait, which way did I come from again?
Nobody knows. So the more I look at him, the more he does remind me of the reboot Dante. Because it's in like kind of his features, like in how his face is structured. Oh no. Come on. I actually might get the reboot on PC just to play that. Because I personally really do like it. And I think it's underrated. People get so hooked up on the fact that Dante's kind of a shithead, but
Getting sick of this.
I don't get that. If anything, I'm kind of more endeared to reboot Dante in some cases. Now I say that because the moment like his love interest, which I mean, okay, she's not fleshed out very much, but the moment that she's like in danger, he decides, no, fuck it, I don't want to use any advantage we could to get rid of Mundus, just get her back, save that one life. And the reason that kind of endears me to him is because that's basically Captain America, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe I will.
Where he doesn't want to trade lives. And his backstory makes sense as to why he's, you know, a foul-mouthed little shit, basically. Because here's the thing, this Dante in the main canon is really fun. Like, he's a very good hero to some extent. But he's not exactly relatable, is he? Nero's more relatable. But reboot Dante, you know, he has that upbringing of being abused in a fucking orphanage and all that stuff. Like, he can instantly be a connection for some people who've also had that kind of experience in their childhood. But I don't know. I don't honestly dislike him. And I also really like Virgil in that game. Because he'll do everything. He'll do anything to win. Not to mention, like, his reason for being evil in that game is kind of spelled out very clearly. Like, it's kind of, it happens in game, but he basically says himself he wants to have some sort of control. So the reason, so that kind of gives it away immediately, like why he wants to be king.
It's Clive. Screw it. We're taking this fucking thing down.
He wants control. He wants to feel absolutely in control of his own life. Which is something that he and his brother never really had. And again, that's all spelled out. And yeah, I think some people get like really uppity that Virgil used a gun
Oh, great. Now the roots are
in the game, but again, this is a Virgil that's basically waging a war. Like, why the hell wouldn't he use a gun? There's no plausible explanation as why that Virgil would not use a gun. He's more refined than the Dante, admittedly. But that doesn't mean he's not going to shoot some fucking people. They're like... It baffles me sometimes that people can't like differentiate them between, you know, pre-existing characters and, you know, different ones. Eh. It took forever to come in. Oh god, my internet doesn't like me talking about DMC. It heard me talking good things about it, it's like, nope. You don't deserve good internet.
You want me to follow you? No way, asshole. You bring that shit to me.
Again, internet, why are you being so fucking annoying?
Without strength, you can't protect anything.
I'm completing the red, yeah, I'm getting good key. There we go. Oh, now it's back in the red. Yellow, green, there we go. Stable.
Steaming. Something different about
Oh, that's so fucking... It's so anticlimactic as well. Like, the Heaven and Hell is a mode that's kind of like the whole antithesis of Devil May Cry. You can't style, you just shoot. Or slash. And there you go. The deed is done. So yeah, literally, the only thing that will stop me from being able to do this in one go is me being a shit, or my load times, actually. Because I mean, that's cool. But I just use the original so I don't get a penalty. Yeah, sorry for going on like a little tangent about the reboot. Because I really like that game.
We have a minor errand before we reach yours.
It's one of the first, like, one of the few games where I actually finished it in one sitting. Obviously not all the difficulties, because that's like, yeah, not impossible, but pretty darn tricky. Stabbity, 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 stabbity. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, kick. Yeah, I'm gonna play the reboot, I think. I'll see how much I can get it for. I'll do that after I play a different game though, because I've been playing Devil May Cry games for a long ass time now.
Descend it is.
I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot lined up next.
Pardon me.
I actually really enjoy this. This is fun. Oh man. It's really fun actually just having V teleport around and killing the demons.
This bridge looks unstable. Die.
I wish everything could die in one hit. Do I even need the hatching? I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. No, I definitely don't need it.
Go.
Okay, I'm not pressing it fast enough, basically.
Human blood is the source of his strength. I must cut off his supply. What an eyesore.
Still one left. Oh well. I don't know what else I want to play actually on stream. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's going to last a long time, to be fair, because that's a pretty long form RPG. I think I'll probably do DMC after that, but I do also want to play Jedi Fallen Order. I want to play Jedi Fallen Order as well. I haven't done that yet, even on PS4. I haven't done it. So probably next time that goes on offer, I'll get that. I also want to try like games I wouldn't normally play, like I want to try Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because that's a platformer, but like, oh, it looks so pretty though. Huh, I took notice of the Dante playing darts. Yeah, I think I'll play something different like that. Because otherwise it's all just me playing third person action or RPGs. I do want to try Star Wars Battlefront 2 at some point as well. Although I'm not sure if my my internet can handle that. Maybe if I get a better wireless card, or if I can convince the other members of the household to, invest in a stronger internet. What else is there? I don't know what other things I can stream, because I'm kind of tempted to, I'm kind of tempted to just have, like, watch-along things. Where, you know, I'll put something in the background. Jesus, okay, I can still... Cool. I don't know about doing those, like... So that kind of requires a bit of a audience already to chat with. Don't know why the hell he didn't want to appear. I blew him all up, that's cool. Jesus Christ! Out of nowhere!
It's you who goes next.
Run away!
At your pleasure.
This ship is awfully big.
I was not expecting that.
Scorch them.
Oh no, V, you missed.
Is now into nothingness. There must be an escape route. At your pleasure. Gouge it.
So I know most people won't talk to me, but anyone watch any anime? Like good ones recently? Because I've been watching Tower of God and oh, that's real good. Very much Hunter x Hunter, which is honestly a really good thing. Like, getting compared to Hunter x Hunter is amazing, unless you're getting compared to the bad parts, of which there are very, very few. So I still argue it's really good. At the same time, it also doesn't quite have Hunter x Hunter vibes, like not the same ones you expect. But it's not necessarily fair to describe it as, you know, Hunter x Hunter-esque, because there's still quite a lot of differences. That's fucking funny.
But of wisdom, no
It's
clock
mostly
can
similar
measure.
in the fact that it follows the Hunter exam arc and has a similar progression. You know, where like Gon meets Kurapika, meets Killua, meets Leorio. That's the idea. But then it has a sort of, I don't know, it has kind of a more typical shonen feel, with maybe a bit of a darker side to it. Oh, it's actually quite sad that, like, because of Corona, I haven't been able to watch. There's not been many anime that's come out recently.
Well,
I've been
you
rewatching
did.
Dragon Ball Z, mind you. And the original plan was for me to watch that. we go. Ah, shit! I fucking flew right into it.
Round 2.
Oh my god, Nero, focus on something else, please. Like that. God almighty, he wouldn't target the fucking things. Oh god, I'm not going to get an S rank for this, I don't think. Oh no, I still did. Wow, they just give them to you. Oh yeah, no, we've been watching Dragon Ball Z recently, and like, it sort of still lives up to the childhood, but sort of doesn't. Some bits are still really cool, but like when you watch Dragon Ball Super, you get used to the faster pace. So it's kind of hard to, you know, watch Dragon Ball Z when it's going pretty slow, where it takes it's not actually as bad as, you know, the memes would make out, like it takes several episodes for them to just scream and power up. But it's still a bit annoying when you have episodes that are about 15 minutes of posturing, some slight power-ups, and maybe a few beams thrown about. But for the most part, it is still like action. And what is it? Fucking Planet. The Namek Saga is so good still. Mostly because like what was it? We follow Krillin and Gohan for a while, and they're just so completely outmatched. Like, it's kind of terrifying. Because they show up there and you think, okay, they're probably going to have to deal with something. But you don't expect it to be fucking, you know, someone that makes Vegeta look like a goddamn pussy. You kind of expect them to maybe deal with things that they can fight. Not something there is like, if they so much as get caught by it, they're dead. Which only makes it so unbelievably satisfying when Goku finally shows up and kicks everyone's ass.
This was the right way. Nailed it.
And then it pulls
Push on ahead.
like, it's not actually as good in some respects as the Saiyan Saga. Mostly because the thing I really liked about the Goku vs Vegeta fight is them being almost equal. Like, Goku has to, you know, essentially kill his body to overpower Vegeta.
Guess I'm going down.
Because if you watch the original sub, Goku's power was actually only a bit over 8,000. So times 2 Kaioken is only enough to kind of fend off Vegeta and maybe catch him by surprise. Times 3 on the other hand is enough to pulverize Vegeta, but at the same time it pulverizes Goku's body. Force push. That's good. I like that. But then you get to Goku versus Frieza, and it is literally just, you know, Goku's completely outmatched. Like, the moment Frieza fights remotely seriously, which kind of steals a lot of the fun. Like, it's very entertaining watching Goku, when Goku and Frieza are fighting, and Frieza's only using like 1% strength. Although he has to use, Frieza has to use about 2%, I think, at minimum, Otherwise, Super Saiyan wouldn't actually do a damn thing.
Riding high. Let's get airborne.
Because there's only a 50 times multiplier, which means Goku had to push Frieza to 2% and possibly and a little bit beyond in order for Super Saiyan to actually be even effective. Oh, that's so good. And then they pull something similar, but done slightly better with the Android Saga, because we meet we meet Zero and 19, and we're like, okay, these guys seem pretty tough. They can absorb your energy. They impaled Yamcha with one go. Then Goku fights him. And it's like, okay, this seems to be alright. Oh wait, no, Goku's having a heart attack. This could go to absolute shit. And then Vegeta shows up, easily kills 19, and you're like, okay, this is pretty good. This isn't too bad a situation. Then 17 and 18 come in, and it kind of, like, sadly, it brings the series to a halt for a little bit when they do.
What the hell?
It's not until Cell shows up that things get interesting again. Because yeah, after the androids kick the shit out of these Z fighters, as they're called in the dub, I think it's not in the sub version as far as I can tell. But after they do that, it's just like, oh, what the fuck now? They're not like actively trying to kill things, not like Trunks made them out to be. Yeah. So it just kind of stops. Then you're stuck with Piccolo trying to convince Kami to get back together with him, which is a fun way of putting it. But then Cell shows up and you're like, oh shit. This guy is creepy. He drinks people for his tail. Ew. And he looks like a bug. So please, like, kill him, but he's such a good villain too. Yeah, once Cell shows up and you got like people chasing him and trying to work out, how he came to pass and shit like that. Well, it's also like really dark because it's like, that's the fun of having multiple timelines, is that you can kill off characters in some ways.
This girl.
Which they play around with in Super. In a really good scene, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Better be a shower in here.
But yeah, Cell brings everything right back into the mix, and especially when Piccolo fuses with Kami, because for this briefest instant, until you find out about 16, Piccolo is the strongest person on the planet / universe, actually. Don't know why I'm chopping the tree down. At least Piccolo is the strongest as far as we're aware, at least, because obviously Beerus is still a thing.
Going down is the only way.
16 is still a thing.
Let's get airborne.
Yada yada yada. And you have your oh shit moment when Piccolo and 17 are fighting, which is a really good fight, by the way. Like, super fucking entertaining. But then, yeah, you have your oh shit when Cell shows up. And it's like, oh no. Oh no. And Team 4 Star actually did a really good line, like, when Piccolo asks how many people Cell drank, it's just enough. That's all he says. And oh god, it's so good. Because it implies so much. Right, I'm not actually gonna kill Urizen properly. I got the one, so I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, anyway, Cell, comes up, you get your oh shit moment because you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Then 16 shows off that he's a badass with rocket punches and everything. including Gundam sound effect, which is really cool.
There are no express elevators. Someone's a lousy
So you're just like, oh my god, if he joined in any time, everyone would be dead. It's not until... But then, obviously, 17 gets, you know, what's coming to him because he's a fucking arrogant little shit at this point. Gets eat forward by the tail. I don't get what's up with my internet right now. Oh my god, I'm just gonna keep... Jesus Christ. Wait, are we back? Is it stable? Or is it gonna go back to 0? Because if it goes back down to 0, I'm not gonna be happy. No, I'm just gonna restart my Wi-Fi actually. So bear with, sorry, because this thing for some reason likes to be a fucking pain in my ass. Oh my god, really? Oh, it won't let me. Can I please just access? No, I can't do it. Okay, fine, for some goddamn reason. Sorry about the shitty quality going forward.
Let's get airborne.
I don't know why my internet's being a pain in the dick right now. I can't even check Task Manager to see how fucking... I really should have moved everything over to one screen because I don't know why I can't click on these things while I have this up. Stupid. Yeah, anyway, back to Dragon Ball Z because that's something I know
Finally
things about.
now.
And I can talk to myself about it all the fucking day if I need to. Yeah, so Semi-Perfect Cell shows up. Starts, you know, making it seem like, well, it's the end of the fucking world. And you're just left waiting until Vegeta and Trunks can get in on the action. And then they show up and Vegeta gets his fucking... Pretty much like, yeah, Vegeta gets his best moment as far as like badassery is concerned. Because he just goes Super Vegeta and fucking wrecks Cell shit.
Hey, douchebag. Miss me? Where's Dante? What'd you say?
Scatter like dust.
What'd you say? Let's get air.
True power.
Riding high. Let's get air.
You worthless piece of sky.
Let's get air. Riding high. Let's get air.
Run while you can.
Let's get air.
Oh my god, he missed me. He missed me again.
Riding high.
Come on, mate.
Let's get air. Riding high.
Why is this working? Why is this working?
Riding high.
This shouldn't be working, but it is.
Riding high. Let's get air. Riding high. Let's get air.
What the fuck?
Riding high. Let's get air. Riding high.
Don't want to get hit, just keep doing this.
Riding high. Let's get air.
Oh my god, it's actually... Why can't he hit me? Oh, this is hard.
Let's get air.
This is sad. Oh, there we go. It took him like 5 fucking minutes. Oh my god. Oh, Virgil must not have been happy about that. But yeah, that's as far as I've gone in Dragon Ball Z thus far. in my rewatch. But I'm very much looking forward to when I get to the Majin Buu stuff. Because as much as that arc is actually kind of weak, there are some incredible fucking moments. That is to say, Vegeta's sacrifice. And oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of hoping it makes me cry. I haven't actually had a good cry, like watching something for a long time. So I kind of want that. I kind of want something to make me cry.
It's coming from the Clifox room.
What's the last thing that actually got a tear out of me? I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think if anything got a tear out of me. I rewatched Endgame recently, and that almost brought me to tears again, but still not quite. So I don't know. I need to find like a really, moving movie to watch or something. I might watch Kimi no Na wa again at some point, or for people who don't know the lingo, the Japanese lingo I should say, that's Your Name, which when I first watched, it actually kind of got me when I'm not actually going to get spoilers for that. That's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to see it. It's so fucking good. Like, genuinely a tearjerker. But basically, like, it makes you think something terrible's happened. And it technically happened. And I was just fucking devastated. Like, oh my god, I'm thinking about it now. I'm going through like fucking, teary-eyed.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. The past is a bitter place for me.
I need to watch that again. I was really hoping Weathering with You or Tenki no Ko would be as good. And it was gorgeous, but it did not have the same emotional beats. Not by a long shot. The animation was better, I would say. Like, it looked amazing. It just didn't hit, the best emotionally.
He's dead.
Quite possibly. He has no reason to keep Dante alive.
Yeah, your name's real good. Another thing I do actually really need to watch is Your Lie in April. So I've seen that twice, to be fair. But oh no, I'm gonna cry on stream if I think about it too much.
If we had the double sword Sparta, Nero might just.
Oh my god, I'm actually rolling back tears now. Damn it.
You gonna make it, V?
I shouldn't have thought of these things. Yeah, your Lie in April is really good. If you want a tearjerker. Berserk's also really good. If you watch the 97 version, or just read the manga, both are very good options, honestly.
This
I
presence.
don't actually recommend Clannad, if I'm being honest. Like, that didn't do much for me. Madoka Magica wasn't necessarily a tearjerker, but it was a mindfuck. I can't really think of much else. Wolf Children, yeah, Okame Kodomo, Ami Toyuki, I think is the Japanese name. Or it might be Kodomo Okami. No, it's Okame Kodomo or something like that. I don't know, my Japanese is very limited. But that's also really good. Like, actually a fantastic movie. I haven't watched that in a long time, and I might have to. And as I've said many times before, I probably cry. Imagine it's not that hard to make me cry. Actually, you just have to get me
That guy really do this?
you have to just get me invested in
Counting
characters.
the taste. And now I'm gonna play with you.
Oh my god, the fucking air taunt kills them. That's hilarious. New rule with Dante. I can only kill them with the air taunt. I don't know, do you guys have any, like, shows, movies, or anything like that like, that just get you? Like, no matter what, they just kind of make you cry. Even if you're prepared for them. Ah, God damn it. Oh, this is fun. I just wish my internet wasn't so fucking stupid right now. I haven't actually played a game yet that, you know, makes me cry. Even The Last of Us, I played a little bit of that one, so, you know, got past the first bit. Didn't do anything really. I don't know what it is about those games. Well, that game in particular, I guess. I guess it just doesn't really... I don't know, it just doesn't hit me, I guess. For some reason. Oh my god. I really wish my internet was fucking stable. There's no reason for it to be like this. No, what else can I talk about that, you know, I can actually just blabber on about. I still like I need something that makes me cry. I'm kind of hoping that when I get around to watching the Evangelion movies, that's what they'll do. Oh, I just broke the rule. It's a non-essential fight. I don't count this. I'm kind of hoping the Evangelion movies will, you know, rip a tear out of me. There we go. Oh, what else? What else? Oh, actually, tell you what, when I get around to it, because I'm planning to, at some point, eventually, in the very distant future, or hopefully near future if I can, I'm hoping I can watch
Already here.
the entire Gundam franchise. And I know that after many hours, I'll get to Gundam 00. And there's a fucking death in that anime that gets me, no matter what. Like, it actually makes me so fucking sad. And like, shit, I can't hit it. Never mind, fuck it. I made the rule, so I break the rule. That is my rule. Oh yeah, no, how the hell did I forget about Gurren Lagann? Fucking hell. I mean, that series is, you know, almost 14 years old, I think. So I don't mind giving spoilers for that, honestly. If you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. But when Kamina dies,
Yeah, getting close.
like, when I first saw that, I was fucking bowling. Not, you know, the sport, but I was fucking just crying my eyes out. That was... And mostly for two reasons. One, I didn't expect it. And two, oh my god, he's such a good character.
Oh yeah.
I say good character, he's so charismatic that losing him is just... I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, it's fine. It still happens, that's good. Ah, man. Oh, Gurren Lagann's such a good show. I need to watch that again. I also really need to watch Kill la Kill again. Oh, there's so many good anime. Like, so many. I really want to rewatch them. But there's, like, new ones coming out. Oh, speaking of newer ones, Re:Zero. One of the few good isekai. Oh my god, that fucking anime. I'm not going to spoil that one because it's actually not, you know, super recent. Not super old, rather. It's like 6 years old, I think, now. But, yeah, when shit goes down in that show, oh god, the war works start. Because it's one of those shows that gets like that perfect combination of just like pure misery, and the music complements it so perfectly. And there's a second season coming this summer, which means it's coming in a month or two. And I don't know if I'm ready. Like, genuinely, I don't know. I'm definitely going to watch it, but I don't know if I can handle it.
I'm not a fan.
I'm very scared, actually, to watch it.
What a pain in the ass. We just gotta take it down.
Which is kind of like the worst feeling in the world, when something so good kind of scares you to watch it. God damn it. There we go. Kind of actually the whole being scared to watch something is kind of why I had to stop reading books, because was it I read a series called what is it called again? I think it's called Starborn Trilogy or something like that. I don't know, I can't fucking look because it took me a while to fish out the books. But I honestly, I can't identify it I can't really identify it because I'm kind of terrible at introspection. But something about it like triggered my anxiety. And that sounds like the most pussy thing you can imagine. But like, it did. I would read it. It's very well written. Like, genuinely. But I'd read it and I just fucking like start shaking. And I think about certain bits and it just fucking turns my stomach.
Boy, wouldn't that be the day.
Which I don't know if necessarily anxiety is the right phrase. But yeah, I didn't want to read it for a while. Like, I was scared to read it because I knew I was just going to start like shaking and everything. And it took me forever to stop. It happened for a different series as well called the Night Angel trilogy, which is written by Brent Week, spelled as like week, the time period, not weakness. But yeah, it was to a much lesser extent for that one. And that was a more action-heavy series as well, so it's kind of like, adrenaline, kind of, more or less. So you're not like shaking because you're scared of what's going to happen. You're shaking because you're like, oh, it's going to be cool, it's going to be sick. But it still like got me a bit, anxious here and there.
Unless you want to die, I suggest you get the hell out of my way.
But like, if you're looking for books to read, I'd recommend those. Like Starborn trilogy, I can't remember what it's actually called. I can't remember what the trilogy itself's called. I know one of the books is called Starborn. And that's one word, Starborn. Yeah, one is called the Night Angel trilogy. Both are very good. Like they both kind of fill different niches. One's very good at like its world building. A bit more like magic mystery. The other one is a kind of Game of Thrones-esque. Although I kind of hesitate to describe it as that. It's more action heavy. Like, it's got good world building, some politics stuff and everything. All the good stuff that comes with like a medieval fantasy. But yeah, like because I read the Starborn stuff, I stopped reading because I knew if I like read, because I'm scared to read something new now. So I know that if I read something new, there's a chance that I will have that same reaction, and it's not a fun feeling. Like, I can't necessarily, obviously, say, oh, I know how it feels now for people with severe anxiety, when they get an anxiety attack. It's not the same. But, like, I at least now have a modicum of understanding about those things. That got scary for a second.
Oh, great.
Yeah, don't let the fact that I get super anxious over those books stop you guys from reading them. They're genuinely amazing. At least I feel they were really good. It's like the only thing I can read now is like, you know, textbook stuff. Like, yeah, textbooks. How are they going to cause my anxiety, basically? Speaking of which, I need to get some like Japanese textbooks,
Gotta pick up the pace.
the kind that you know, help teach you to learn Japanese, not like not a textbook for Japanese class, just a textbook that helps to teach English speakers to learn Japanese. I really should be drinking my water more if I'm talking this much. This is the most I've talked. Like, I have no one to bounce off of here, and I'm still chatting away. So... Oh, I'm kind of happy with that.
Should be all of them. It's been a while since I used my brain this much.
Oh, right in the hole, yes. That's what she said. But, honestly, the biggest thing that kind of sucks about, like, the fact I'm scared to read new stuff is that when I was younger, I was a really big reader. I loved reading. Like, I have boxes upon boxes full of books. I mean, a lot of it was like, you know, children's stuff. Or I say children, like children's, young adult, teens thing. I got into reading so much that I even read Twilight. All 4 books.
Holy shit. I can't believe any of this is still
That's how into reading I was then for a while I was really into vampires. So, you know, I was like, oh, there's vampires. Yay! Talk to Diane, Virgil. Yeah, like, I read the Harry Potter books because, like, loads of people have, especially kids, like people my age. They probably read them quite a lot. I read most of the Chronicles of Narnia. I kind of stopped after a while because they were written, yeah, they're written like children's books, like proper children's books. What else is there? I'm trying to think now, because there's a lot of like kind of cringy young adult stuff. Oh, the Artemis Fowl books are ones I read. Actually, my school, because I went to an EBD school, so obviously they didn't have many books, because most of those kids had ADHD and everything, didn't want to read. So they got the Artemis Fowl series just because it was like, oh, I've only read the first 2 books. I want to read more. So they got them in specifically for me, which in my books that makes them a pretty good school.
We'll meet back
And they let me take some books home, keep them as well. In hindsight, they were they're really good school. Like, for what they had to work with, they were really good. Because they were dealing with kids that would throw tantrums and everything. When I say tantrums, I mean like, you know, breaking everything. Because we're talking teenagers, not little kids.
Shit from up here.
What else is there?
Needs to be flushed.
I don't know if anyone actually cares about like my book choices or experiences and all that. You probably don't. Like, let's be honest here. But it's nice for me to at least talk, rather than be quiet while playing a game. And it's hard to like do commentary when you're just, you know, one-shotting everything. Ah, come on. Yeah, I read Chronicles of Narnia, Harry Potter, Artemis Fowl, the Percy Jackson series. I read those,
Still got a long ways to go.
and the Heroes of Olympus, and I kind of stopped because I realized that Rick Riordan was kind of just recycling the same characters pretty much over and over again. Like, they have different developments, but they're all kind of the same, like quirky, you know, quippy and all that stuff. They're very Joss Whedon characters, basically. So it's kind of like how the Marvel movies kind of get tiresome to some people, because they just, you know, quippy, 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 quippy. Doesn't necessarily get tiring on me because they're fairly self-contained movies, but yeah, those books kind of got, you know, a bit boring after a while.
Hold on just a little longer.
Let's see. I also got into Fallen Angels a little bit, so I read fucking a couple of Fallen Angel young adult novels. Oh my god, really? Can't teleport. That's bullshit. Yeah, I read some of those ones where it's just... there was a fun one where an angel got cast down from heaven because he fell in love with a human, but God's not happy enough just to leave it at that. No, he has to make it so that that the angel will fall in love with that human, and that human will die at the moment they kiss, get reincarnated, and just keep dying again, and the angel is doomed to always fall in love with her. Because of fucking course God would do that.
I'm losing my power. Gotta recover somehow. This dimension.
Unfortunately, it's also one of those...
My body.
it's one of those things where it has a stupid love triangle thing. You know, another Fallen Angel wants her, he's a bit of a bad boy too,
Where they are.
yada yada yada.
I'm claiming what's mine.
Another one was, I don't remember what the actual series is called, but it starts off with a book called Hush Hush, which I think is kind of a bit funner, because it's, it features Nephilim, which I personally think is a lot cooler than, you know, just having humans and demons, like Nephilim as in, you know, they're a major part of the story. And there's wars and stuff that can go on, yada yada yada. All that good stuff. The most interesting one actually that I read, it wasn't about fallen angels though, it was actually like about a proper angel. But it's more like these angels get sent down from heaven to essentially, like, you know, kind of guide mortals. And this girl, this, you know, young angel, which how do you have a young angel? They're basically immortal and they exist forever. But she falls in love with a human guy, and then they kind of just have to, you know, accept the fact that it's forbidden. You're not allowed to love a human. If you're an angel, you have to love everyone equally.
Agreed. It's time we got back on course.
But they
Oh, we finally made it out. That thing was
it had one
something
really
else,
stupid
huh?
thing though.
Must we avoid it if possible?
The angel Missy
Given my
has a vagina. Now why the fuck would she be created with a vagina if she's not meant to use it? That's literally the stupidest thing. Like, why would you give them genitals? Or why would you not make them like Devilman Crybaby? Oh god, Devilman Crybaby.
Time to worry about them bees. Gotta hurry.
That's another series that made me cry like a bitch. And not for like, it does at the end, but not for not necessarily for the same reasons as a lot of other things. Like, I generally watched that and was just, there was a moment that's so heartwarming to me. And yeah, I just kind of broke down at the point.
My journey is coming.
If you haven't seen Devilman Crybaby, I recommend it. The animation's a little weird, but it's also like it is and isn't. Like, the character designs are a bit weird. They're very fluid, I guess is a good way to describe it, because they just kind of move normally. Not normally, like they kind of just move. They kind of just flow. I don't know. I can't really think of how to describe it. It looks a bit rough, is the other way I think is right. But then like they move really well, which is the most important thing in animation. Especially in anime, where its whole identity is kind of defined around limited animation. That's how it came to be. That's how the whole style came to be. It's just saying like, oh, you can't, you have only so amount of time to do it in, or you can only use so many frames. That's how it got created. Because people had to be inventive.
Crossroads. Which way should I go?
Oh, I don't want that way. Shit, wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. Oh man, what were we talking about before I got distracted by Devilman Crybaby? I generally don't know now. I lose my train of thought so easily. Like, it's almost not even funny. Actually, I think I can talk about a bit about like my school, because I mentioned that it was EBD, which is emotional behavioral difficulties.
Sorry, Dante. The Demon King's mom.
And you might look at me and you think, this guy doesn't seem like he's got those kind of issues. Nah, I kind of did. I was not a very much, well-behaved child back in the day. Was it at one point I wasn't allowed to attend school for more than 2 hours a day. So they just didn't want to risk me throwing another tantrum. So I kind of ruined an art room and like friend to cut kids' fingers off with the guillotines. The way he runs down is fucking hilarious. I love it. Yeah, so like I was kind of in school surrounded by people with ADHD, you know, that were kicking off like every other day. And my best friend's like the same as that as well. Like he had a lot of difficulties like that. I don't know about now, but he apparently holds the record at the school for the most windows broken in a day. Oh god, what is he? Like he had an incident where he put his foot through a window basically, and because of that he gashed it open, so he was just bleeding a bunch of blood on the fucking stairs. And one of the other kids walked up to him and was like, "You okay?" He was like, "Do I fucking look okay? I'm bleeding out."
Buzzkin. But you're nothing more than
And we're just gonna teleport.
how you have so much power left.
So yeah, like I'm a fucking angel on the outside, and a bit of a fucking demon on the inside. I still have problems with my anger, honestly. Like there will come times when what is it? Someone will argue against me on a point where like I see it so clearly. Like I know exactly what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but I can't make them understand it. And it's more frustration at the fact I'm not very articulate. So I start getting really fucking frustrated, and like I have to like fight back my words.
This is the real deal.
Essentially, because I just want to fucking shout at them. But the problem is I start getting angry and I lose the ability to form words even more. As you can tell, I fumble with them a lot. At the same time, like going to a school like that was kind of a blessing as well, because I was the most chill kid at that school, pretty much, or a student, I should say. I wasn't a kid by then. I was in year 8, so I was like 13, going on 14. And I kind of gave the teachers some headaches, because when it came time to do my exams, like the GCSEs, so you know, like end of year, end of school exams, I did not revise at all. I didn't want to fucking even think about it. So when it came time for that, it's like, if the teachers didn't absolutely force me or bribe me in some way, I just didn't do any work. I would sit in class. I'd sit in my maths class, yeah, and take a fucking nap. Was in science, I just read a book. During not during PE, like the actual exercise portion of it, but when we were just doing the technical side of things, like you know, learning about the body and stuff like that, I just draw. So I just get my sketchbook out and just do a bunch of doodles and stuff. And the teachers didn't really care. Like, as long as I was quiet, not bothering anyone, and, you know, I was present, they kind of just left me to my own devices, which I really appreciated. Looking back, I wish I did it better. I wish I was smarter in my choices, but, you know, that's the problem. I still got passes in everything, pretty much. Like, I failed my science GCSE, but that was to be expected. I can't do science to save my fucking life.
Downward. Oh well, better get
Like,
to
I
it.
kind of would be... I really wish I could go back in time and learn, like, as I am now. Or with my brain as it is, because I'm really inquisitive lately. Or, like, I like learning new things every now and then. Because if I was in this state emotionally back then, I would be happily, you know, absorbing quite a bit of knowledge. Although saying that, I was like, I'm kind of like a passive listener. So if I don't have anything in my ears and people are talking, I will pick things up. It's kind of the opposite of selective hearing, where I just hear. I just hear things that come out randomly. As long as I don't have something else to listen to. Which is very rare, because I almost always have an earphone in my ear when I'm out. Because I remember distinctly one time, pardon me, during PE when we're doing the technical part of it, like the teacher asked a question and I was the only one who while still drawing in my fucking sketch pad, who answered. It's like, I'm the one who's not paying attention.
The truth is,
How the hell am I the only one who answers? Not to mention, like, how the hell is it that I, the socially awkward kid, was the one that answered? I did not socialize. I did not speak. Right. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name.
for it. Even if the one who stands before him is
Sorry about the
his
singing. Couldn't help myself. I could actually, but I didn't want to.
ridiculous. The brothers.
What is it? Actually, yeah, when I started at that school as well, I was really fucking morbid. Like, I wasn't morbidly obese or anything. I was just so depressing. Because all I fixated on was death. That was basically it. And I still do to a certain extent. Like, the most depressing thought I ever have is like thinking about what happens in the afterlife. And I mean genuinely depressing. Like, if I think about it too much, like I'm kind of starting to do now, I generally just sort of like think I lose all fucking motivation to do anything, to exist. Because I feel like everything's going to be worthless.
Never would have guessed you'd come back. Damn it.
How the fuck did I like turn this around into me talking about, something kind of existential, like how I feel about the afterlife? Because, I don't think we should talk about it, but I might as well. Because, in my mind, I want there to be an afterlife. I want there to be reincarnation, or at least something to do afterwards. But in my mind, yeah, and this is kind of narcissistic, like view of the world, but in my mind, nothing exists until I'm aware of it. Like, if I wasn't born, you people wouldn't exist. If I wasn't born, my mother wouldn't exist. That's how I kind of view this, like, the whole existence. And that's the most saddest, and that's just the fucking worst thing. Because basically that means that in my mind, as soon as I die, everyone dies. This world ceases.
One more round. It's like I'm back in Malay Island.
And that's the most fucking horrifying thing to me, is that everything stops when I do.
Stand a chance. Are they trying to atone for some?
Oh, thank God for distractions like this, though. If I didn't have this, oh man, I would be in such a bad place right now. But yeah, it's not a fun place to be sometimes. Like, my brain is not a good place to be sometimes. I personally don't want to be here half the time. Oh my god, he was eating a strawberry parfait. So the anime actually happened, which is pretty interesting in my mind. Kind of like that. Although they made Morrison black for this one, I don't know why.
I won't leave till
Oh no, Virgil.
little brother.
It's just Dante standing there. Oh, I got 999. That's fun. Yeah, I need to stop thinking about this. I really wish someone would talk to me so I can, you know, talk about something else, something that's funner. Let's talk about the thing that's been the most positive change in my life, like since I was in school, and that's a card game called Cardfight Vanguard. Literally
Nothing to do.
the most life-changing thing I've had, because basically because like I started that, my friend started it with me, and then he got me to come with him to a local tournament, and there I met some people who become more friends, because I didn't have any at school. I only had the one friend at school.
Come on, come on. It's easier for me.
But yeah, because of that game, I would then get friends who have been my friends for 6-7 years now, or maybe not that long actually, like at least 4 or 5 years at least. And through them, I went to a bigger tournament and to another bigger tournament. And if I didn't play this game, I would not have done any of that. I would have stayed inside, doing God knows what. I would not have socialized. Ever. So yeah, Cardfight Vanguard is essentially the reason I have any friends. It's the reason I have a girlfriend as well, actually. I met her at the local tournament. And it's kind of why I want to, like, maybe do some streams with it. I don't know. Because there's a mobile game for it now called Vanguard Zero that I highly recommend. It's actually pretty fun. And a good gateway if you want to get into the series to some extent.
Come on. What you say?
Yeah, I might do some streams because I can download an emulator for the mobile game. My throat's gone really fucking dry. I shouldn't be talking this much. I'm gonna have to stop soon because my throat's just gonna give out.
So all we gotta do is cut
So yeah,
this
I
thing
might
down.
do some streams of the mobile game, like some pack opening stuff. That's quite fun.
Useless pests. They must be ready to die. Fine by me. Let's give them what they want.
Overkill!
We got more than you did. You ready to accept defeat, Virgil?
Yeah, I don't know. Jesus Christ, yeah, my throat's fucked. Oh god, my throat's actually fucked. Why didn't you guys stop me? Why? I've just been talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking for the past fucking hour and a half.
Voices deep within bring you down to your
Wow, no sign of him. Nothing.
Yeah.
Then can I have this office? Because I've been thinking it's almost time for me to settle down somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I rather quite like it.
Oh, I hate to spoil your dreams, ladies, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
What do you mean, Morrison?
See, there's this deed to this place, and I have it.
Why do you?
Clever little devil came to see me right before his last job. Said something like, "My dearest friend, I know you'll keep this safe because them crazy bitches." Did I say crazy bitches? I'm sorry, I meant ladies. Anyway, the rest of the story is not important. You get the gist.
I'm really disappointed that Lady's boobs shrank between 4 and 5.
What is important is I have a job for you two. Cause the rent ain't free.
I don't actually think I watched these when I completed this. Or on screen.
Score for Dante. I'm up one.
Where did you learn to count? We're even.
I like that this
You know,
is the the closest they get to being
I'm
brothers.
starting to think this is never gonna end.
Like,
Maybe.
not necessarily trying to kill each other. They're just trying to one up each
We have
other.
plenty of time.
And just Virgil, where'd you learn to count?
Don't you dare say it's jackpot!
I like that. Yeah, I don't think I watched that when I first did a stream. Another deadbeat dad. And that fucking... Oh, will the mouse show up? Yeah, this is gorgeous. That's real pretty.
Devil May Cry.
I don't want to do Hell in Hell. I've had fun. I don't want to ruin it. we'll start Hell in Hell. Maybe, probably not tomorrow. Cause I'm actually not sure about tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a weird day for me in terms of like what I got to do. But we'll see. I might stream tomorrow. There's a chance I will. There's a good chance I won't though. So don't hold your breath for it. Just go to main menu so it doesn't go to the title sequence. But yeah, I think I probably won't stream tomorrow. I should stream on Friday. There's a very good chance I'll do on Friday. If not, the absolute latest will be Sunday, where I'll probably do a long stream. Actually, if I'm lucky, I might stream like every day of the week, and if I do, then I might be Hell in Hell before Sunday, and I can start Kakarot on Sunday, and then have a good few hours to get acquainted with that. Yeah, next time I do a stream, I'm going to try not to talk so much, because that fucks my throat up. Especially because it's not used to being used for so fucking long and for so many words. So yeah, next time, if someone please just types in the chat, stop talking, your voice is obnoxious, I will very much appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Had a lot of fun with this. Managed to beat it in like an hour and a half, which is fun. I mean, Hell in Hell is definitely not going to go that smooth for fucking certain. I'm probably going to die a lot. But yeah, so keep your eyes tuned. Give me a follow if you want to stay up to date. Then you'll know when I'm streaming again. Obviously, that's up to you, though. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again, and I hope you look forward to hearing me blabber on about bullshit again. Anyway, thank you. Take care.